Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new League of Legends video. TARIC's rework has finally been announced. We can see all of his abilities, see how he looks like in game, and he'll also be on the PBE server very soon for testing. So as usual, I'll be making this video going through every single ability with you guys, give you my thoughts on it, help you understand it a bit better, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am to see the extra fabulous TARIC. So starting off with his passive first called Bravado, it is actually quite simple. Whenever TARIC uses an ability, he automatically gains a buff, which makes his next two basic attacks not only be faster, but also deal increased damage. It will also reduce his cooldowns, obviously bringing this back from his old kit and keeping him still somewhat similar to that. And next up we have his Q ability, Starlight's Touch. Another fairly simple ability where TARIC will simply heal himself and all nearby allies based on the number of Starlight's Touch charges he has stored. And it seems like he will passively generate charges up to 3, obviously slowly increasing the effectiveness of his Q. So if you just spam his Q on cooldown, it's not gonna have the biggest heal in the world, but if you wait for the right time and wait for the charges, the healing will be much more effective, which is probably what you want to do. And next up we have his W, finally an ability that seems a lot more complicated than the first two. It's very similar to how Kalista has an Oathsworn target. So the first simple part of his W is the fact that it passively increases his armor. But using the active effect of his W, you place a shield on an ally, obviously shielding them from damage. But here's the very interesting part, while the shield is on the ally, any ability you use like your Q, your E ability, and I'm assuming your ultimate, your ally will also cast those abilities from the Bastion shield that you apply on them as well. So you are essentially casting two of your abilities while your W is active on an ally target. You're only able to have one W active, so you can't have your W on two different allies. And if you wander too far away from each other, then the W will automatically cancel as well. This ability does seem like it can have an insane amount of potential and possibilities. And moving on to his E ability, which is his old point and click stun finally redone to something that requires a bit more skill. It's essentially a skill shot stun that fires in a target direction, stunning all enemies struck. So it's obviously not a point and click stun anymore, it is now a skill shot, but the potential this ability now has is much higher because you can essentially or theoretically stun all 5 enemy champions. So personally, I'm extremely glad at how they changed this ability, and I'm sure it's gonna have a lot of uses in teamfights. And last but definitely not least, we have his ultimate. This is gonna be a very overpowered spell that's also putting Kael's ultimate to shame. Upon activating your ultimate, TARIC after a short delay and all nearby allies will become completely invulnerable. So it almost feels like a better version of Kael's ultimate and also maybe even Kindred's ultimate. I don't think that you need me to say that this ability is probably gonna be extremely strong in so many different scenarios within League of Legends. And without question, his R ability and his W ability are gonna be the best abilities in his kit by far. I am very excited to see this being played out. And there you guys have it, TARIC 2.0, outrageously fabulous. I'll be having gameplay of him once he hits the PBE server coming up, so definitely look forward to that. Personally, I think he'll be quite strong. I think he will be picked quite often as well because his W ability and especially his ultimate ability seem very strong. But either way, hope you guys did enjoy this, and I'll see you in just a few hours for the full gameplays. Peace.